Hi, very good afternoon, everyone. I hope my voice is clear and audible. So, just quickly, can you please give me a thumbs up? Thank you. Thanks, everyone. So, I'm sharing my screen. Do let me know with a thumbs up as well whether my screen is visible. I hope my screen is also visible. The agenda for today's expert talk would be to walk you through the new features which we have come out in this year. So here in this today's session, we'll also be covering on the real life scenarios and what all the new features which we have brought out and how it can be tailored to an particular industry or how you can all use those features and get more out of the payroll application and make your payroll processing smoother. So this is the flow of today's session. So we'll be covering each module and we'll see what all new features or advancements we have come out with in those specific modules. So meanwhile, in case if you're having any queries at any point of the time during this expert talk series, you can post the queries in the questions tab within the trainer central application. And towards the end of the expert talk, we also have a dedicated question and answer session where I'll be taking up all your queries and we'll be addressing those queries as well. So let's get started. So as you might know, salary components is the more customizable modules, customizable salary components module, which we have in our system. So we had divided the salary components module into three sections: earnings, deductions, and reimbursements. So in earnings in earnings is where we have come out with these features for adding formula-based salary components. Now it has an even advancement of entering it based on units. So you can input the number of units for computing a specific variable pay. And also we have introduced EPF, restricted EPF contribution for variable earnings, and also to include gross component and custom formulas to calculate employee earnings. So now we will take a look at the payroll application and see how we can create these components associated with the employees as well. So here under the salary components module, you have an option to add new component. So as I had mentioned, it's a completely customizable salary components module. You can create different types of fixed pay type as well as variable pay type earning components as per your company's salary policy. So in case if you're having only few components in your organization salary structure and you want to introduce new components, section 10 components or FPP components, you can create those components as well. So here under the add component section, you can just click on earning. Choose the earning type as custom elements. You can enter the earning name, enter the name which you want to be displayed on the payslip. And under the pay type, you can choose variable pay. And in the calculation type, you have an option to choose it to be calculated based on custom formula. So here, just for an example, so in case if you are in a manufacturing industry or if you are in a jewelry making process and you provide incentives to your employees, which is directly proportional to the number of units or number of pieces that they deliver at the end of the month. So in order to accommodate those kind of inputs, we have added a component called number of units. So you can choose the number of units as an input variable and create a custom formula. So it can be number of earnings into the earning basic earning component earned per day. So I'll just quickly create a formula for you. So here I'm finding out the earned basic component per day and I'm multiplying it with the number of unit inputs. You can check the syntax over here. And if the syntax is valid, you'll also be getting a prompt over at the top. And similar to any other earning components, you can also customize the other configuration part as well for the specific component. And the second input was to consider the variable pay type earning components for EPF contribution. So here we have brought out this option where you can consider the restricted PF wage, consider the variable pay component for calculating the restricted PF wage. So that is another advancements that we have brought in the salary components section. Coming back to our presentation, the third point was to include the gross component. So this was again a requested feature. So we have included that as well. So here in the add component section, you can choose gross. So when you are choosing the gross, we will also be displaying how we are calculating the gross amount. So it is the sum of earnings and FBP components and reimbursements as per the employee salary structure. So you can input such a formula for computing any kind of variable pay. So the next section is the salary templates part. So we have brought an option to disassociate the salary template from all the employees. So as you might be already using, salary template is an skeleton salary structure which you can create and associate it with a group of employees. Take for an example, you are in a manufacturing sector or you're in an IT company and you have an HR department and an accounts department who are having the same salary structure. So in that case, you can create a salary template and you can associate the salary template with those set of employees. And again, while creating a salary template, it is not mandatory to enter the annual CTC. 10 different employees can have the same salary structure but different annual CTC. And here we have an option where you can remove that particular salary template from all the employees. So if there is any small changes or if you want to add any new salary component, you can remove that template from all the employees, make changes to that template and again associate the same. So moving forward to the next section is the employees module. So how we have improved the employee management within Zoho Payroll. So we have added new filters in the employees module, and we have also brought an option to import the post-tax deduction detail for all the employees. So as you might know, post-tax deductions are those deductions which are applied after the net pay is computed. So we have two types of post-tax deduction. You can either create it as a recurring or a one-time deduction. So these details can be bulk imported using the Excel import option which we have in our system. And also there is an option to add a custom field within the loans module. So I'll showcase that in the payroll system. So here in the employees module, here as you can see, you have filters based on work location, department, designation of your employees. And if you would require additional filters, these are other filters also available based on investment declaration status, proof of investment, FBP status, and reimbursement status also. You can customize the employee view. So if you're having multiple branches within the same state or within India, you're having multiple locations, you can easily filter the employees data based on work location, or within a specific location, you can filter it based on department or even designation as well. And here in the import data option, you have an option to bulk import the post-tax deduction details of all the employees. Like every other import, for this also you'll be getting a sample file format which you can download from the system. And within the loans module, you have an option to add an custom field. So under settings preferences, you can create that custom field within the loans module and associate it with the respective loan. Moving to the next module is the IT POI management. So how we have improved the IT POI processing within the payroll application. When it comes to investment declaration, the recent changes as per the union budget has been already implemented within the payroll application. So whenever you are logging into the application, you might be able to see that banner which we have put up. So we have increased the standard deduction contribution from 50,000 to 75,000 in the new tax regime, and the conveyance allowance is also calculated. Conveyance allowance is also considered for income tax computation under new tax regime. So this also I'll be showcasing it in the TDS worksheet within the application. And in the POI management part, we have an option to filter the employees based on the tax regime which they have chosen. So ideally, an employee opting for new tax regime will not have much of a proof to submit apart from the NPS under 80 CCD2. And the old tax regime employees, you can filter it and you can download the proof submitted by them. So here in the approval section, you can take a look at the filter option. We have brought out the old tax and new tax regime filter option over here. And in the dashboard itself, we have come up with a note also where all the new changes has been applied. So whenever you are going to process the payroll for this month, it will be statutory compliant and as per the revised union budget. And regarding employee exits, we have added this option where you can process the final settlement for a group of employees. So if there are 5 or 10 employees who are getting resigned or terminated in any particular month, you have an option right now in our payroll system where you can process the FNF together. So one point you have to note is that the final settlement date, the pay date can be different. It's just that their date of exit should fall in the same month. So I'll initiate an exit process for a particular employee and show it to you. So here you'll be having an option to choose the last working day and also the reason for exit, which was there earlier as well. And here you can see when do you want to settle the final pay, whether you want to pay as per the regular pay schedule or on a given date. So you can choose the regular pay schedule option, enter the remaining details and click on proceed. So once you click on proceed, as you can see, a bulk final settlement payroll will be created within the application. So here you will be able to see the multiple employee, the list of employees who are getting exited in that particular month. So if I am initiating the exit process for another employee, you will be able to see that detail as well. You need to ensure that you are choosing it pay as per regular pay schedule. So here you can process the final settlement for a group of employees. Next up is the integrations which we have added within the Zoho Payroll application. So the integration which we have added recently is the Zoho Analytics integration. It's currently in the beta phase. So I'll showcase the integration. So using the Zoho Analytics integration, you can visualize the payroll data. You can create different charts. You can create a payroll forecast based on the date. You can forecast the payroll data and you can plan your budget, payroll budget accordingly. You also have multiple options to choose how do you want to sync these data, how frequent you want to sync it, whether you want to sync it only once or you want to set up a daily sync frequency. So here in the Zoho Payroll settings, Zoho app section, you have an option where you can see the Zoho Analytics integration in beta phase. You can click on view details and you can choose the modules and fields that you want to push to Zoho Analytics. So you can click on edit, you can search the module also, or you can custom select the module. So if I want to project the employee's payroll budget, so based on the date of joining, so I will select the relevant required information under the employee information section. And also in the parent section, I will choose the required information, be it parent summary, employees involved in a parent, earnings involved in a parent. You can choose all these details, push it to Zoho Analytics, and you can create graphs and charts based on the data that has been pushed. And regarding sync also, you can choose how frequent you want to sync the data from Zoho Payroll to Zoho Analytics. So here, as you can see, I have scheduled it every day at 2 p.m. So my data will be continuously synced on a daily basis. And from within the payroll application itself, you can also access Zoho Analytics. You can click on access Zoho Analytics over here and it will be redirected to your Zoho Analytics account. So next up, we will see how we can process a payroll, and I'll cover the other point regarding choosing multiple bank accounts while recording the payment within the application. And also we'll see what all changes in the union budget that has been implemented within the payroll application. So as you might know, you will be processing payroll from the parents tab. So once you click on create parent, you will be able to see a draft payroll getting created over here with all the payroll cost, employees net pay, and the list of employees involved in that particular payroll. If I just open the TDS worksheet of this particular employee, I'll be able to see that his tax regime is new tax regime, and conveyance allowance will be part of gross earnings itself. So I'll just show you a live example. I'm entering 1,600 conveyance allowance. As you can see, conveyance allowance is added under the gross earnings for an employee new tax regime to be considered for income tax computation. And the standard deduction has also been increased from 50,000 to 75,000. So these are the changes as per the union budget, which we have incorporated within the payroll application. So once you have verified the draft, you can submit and approve the payroll. And while recording the salary, you will have an option to choose from which bank you have going to make the payments to your employees. So here you can apply the filter. So just to give you an example, so we do have customers who are using multiple bank accounts, multiple corporate bank accounts to pay batch of employees. So my company is having two locations in Chennai and Mumbai. So for my employees working in Chennai, I'll be using Bank A, and for my employees working out of Mumbai, I'll be using Bank B. So here I can apply the filter based on work location. I'm just choosing my head office location, choosing all the employees involved in that location, recording the payment. And while recording the payment, you can choose it over here from which bank account you want to pay it. So this integration or this feature enhancement comes in handy for our customers who are using payroll and books as an integrated system. So the details will be posted to the respective bank account under Zoho Books. You can remove the filter and select the rest of the employees and choose a different bank account this time for recording the payment. And next up in the report section, we have brought in an option where you can view the CTC details projected annually. So you can click on show yearly projection and you will be able to see the annual CTC projection. And you can customize these reports as well. So again, this customization option is available in other reports also. So here in the employee CTC details, you can click on yearly projection. The scheduled earnings report is also available. So we have come out with a feature to schedule and variable pay earning component. So the report for the same is also available within the payroll application. So just a quick recap on the details that we have covered. So in the report section, as I had showcased, project employee CTC details annually and scheduled variable pay earnings report is available. So just a quick recap. So we have seen what all new features that has been updated in salary components, followed by templates, removing the template for all the employees, and under employee management, where we have added a few filters to filter the employee data based on specific location, department designation within the employee management module. In the ITPOI, we have updated the changes as per the new union budget norms, and bulk final settlement of employees is also handled in the employee exit section, followed by the beta release of Zoho Analytics and the tweaks in the report section also. Thank you everyone for joining today's expert talk. Please feel free to reach out to us in case you need any further clarifications.